Welcome to the video training about images, this section of the Instant Website Factory. As we've said many times in the documentation, all images must be stored in a folder in your desktop called IW Images. This is my IW Images folder, and as you see it's quite packed full with folders for each project. So there's a beauty one, there's a DVD store one, there's a Game of Thrones one, etc, etc. And as I want to do a project, I copy the images from a folder and paste them into the root of the IW Images, so any picture here will get loaded into the blog ready for use. So once I've finished, I just delete these are the video games ones, and copy and paste others in. Whatever's here will go into the blog, and that happens here on the Images tab. There's a few things to set, so I'll just take you through here, but here underneath are the instructions as usual, and it tells you the size and shape and naming names that each image should have. So you should have to call slide images slider 1, slider 2, slider 3, slider 4, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so what you do is you click here to say you want to upload all images in the folder into the software. You can also click here to change the color. It's not a tremendously blatant change, it's more subtle. Things like headings and line color and things like that, but it makes a difference. It's quite nice. And click here to set the slide images. You click here to say you've done it. I haven't actually done it yet. To do that, you go to the Tools menu, which is here, and set slider images. And this produces this pop-up. And the minimum you have to do is type in a slider name. It can be anything. How about slider name 2? Then for each of the 4 slider images you can put a title, a caption, and then later when you've actually got some content in the blog you can put button text and link that button to any post or page in your blog. So what I suggest you do is you use this to set up your initial slider with the images and any headings and captions you want, and then follow the instructions in the tidy up PDF on the main menu to add buttons later when you actually have some content that you want to link to them. So that's the minimum we need to do, is just give it a slider name, click that we want to do it, and press run. And that's all you need to do. It will then go off and load up the images. It will change the colour, and depending on the size, the delay setting, it'll take a few minutes or so, and depending on how many images, it'll just keep loading them up one after the other, taking them safely away in your blog, ready for use in the next part.